Dementia units are all about quality of care rather than quality of life. And for the carers who are flat out, full-time doing the cares, in a sense, that's the way it has to be. But for quality of life, that's a societal issue, a community issue that the town planners, the architects, the councils, the government, the community itself, and especially the media and the press need to pay attention to. It is a societal issue. It's endemic. You know, all the world's affected by it. So this whole aspect of dementia and the rights and quality of life for people in these facilities really needs to be taken into account. Last night I actually read a very good article, and I'll read it here. Human Rights Confinement of People Living in Care Homes, PubMed, 22nd of June 2020, a very good article outlining dementia care units in Australia and the effect that the various practices are having on people. So I'll outline that in my description below for you to be able to go to that article. But the interesting thing, the research that had been done by various people, was what people living in dementia units were saying, what it is that they would like. And one of the big things was access to the outdoor spaces. Now, before I go ahead, I just want to say that the work I do and all these videos and the 2 books I've written, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit, is all based on D3, the initial dementia unit facilities that people go into. It's not around the D6 advanced dementia. So in this article I've just told you about, the Human Rights Confinement of People Living in Care Homes, PubMed, it's the whole spectrum, D3, D6, initial dementia units, advanced dementia units, whatever names they're called in various countries. It's quite tough reading and difficult in places to be able to absorb, read, assimilate and accept really these human rights abuses in a sense that can happen. So, but it is important to be able to educate oneself. So if you're interested in that, please go to the, I'll try and see if there's a link and put that in the description below. So back to the point of what the dementia, people living with dementia was saying. They were saying access to the outdoor spaces is the big prime important thing, so that the people living in these units can, sometimes they're cottages, sometimes they're dementia facilities. Where I've worked, 30 people at a time is common here in New Zealand. If you've got a little, it sounds like cottages they have in Australia, 14 in a cottage, so at least they have the area around the cottage they can walk. Whereas here in New Zealand, we have facilities sometimes up on the first floor, so there's ground floor, then the dementia unit's on the first floor, if you can believe it, 30 people, and with just a pocket handkerchief veranda, no bigger than a dining room. So there's nowhere for them to walk outside unless their friends and family take them. So, you know, I mean, it's never enough, is it? I mean, well, especially for people on the first floor. I mean, you need access to sunshine and fresh air. It's just totally unacceptable that these people don't get that. So the dementia, people living with dementia were saying that the fresh air, the sunshine, bird song was what they also mentioned, trees, access to nature and flowers, and being able to exercise, stretch your legs and have a good long walk. So I'm not sure whether these people were in dementia facilities or outside dementia facilities, but certainly they were people living with dementia who were interviewed. So this is good. This is really good that people with dementia are being listened to and their point is being taken, and there's being research done on this, as in this article. There's human rights advocates, there's carers, there's friends and family, there's lawyers, everyone's involved in this issue, and it is happening. Fantastic. But this trickle-down effect, we don't know how long that will take, but at least one-on-one we can make the effort to educate ourselves, become interested, and help where we can. There's always, you know, practically everyone has someone that they know with dementia. a friend or family member, and just to be able to extend ourselves that extra 20% will have a big impact. You know, whether it's going for a walk with the person, taking them out for a drive, going to visit and taking them a coffee and a muffin, whatever it is that they like. The important thing really is to be able to give them normal, quality, positive experiences, especially with exercises and activity. And the reason why I focus on exercise and activity is because it is so important, and dementia residents say that, and also being a physiotherapist, focusing on that physical aspect, that physical activity aspect, that physical advantage that you get from exercise, and that mental advantage that you get from thinking, both of them so tied in. So I've written on these topics at length in the 2 books I've written, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit, both on Amazon and my website, description below. So thank you for your comments and your interest and your likes, and please subscribe, those of you that are viewing these this work, these videos, and please pass on. Thank you.